Are you struggling to build muscle and stay shredded at the same time? Let's take a long walk back, because that's exactly what I'm going to tell you how to do today. Because it's more than possible to eat a lot of food and still be shredded and still building muscle. I eat about 3,500 to 4,000 calories every single day, and I am shredded all year around. I've been doing this for a long time, and I keep progressing and progressing and progressing and building more muscle as a natural. It is amazing. So let me show you how I do it, what I eat, why I eat what I eat. And I'm hungry, I'm starving. It is early in the morning, it's about 6 o'clock, and I just woke up. Let's get some food in me because I have to train. Let's do this. And the first meal is ready. And this is a big one. Look at the size of this bowl. When my girlfriend and I, we moved here, I said, I want big bowls. I want bowls so big that when I have to mix it all together, I don't have to worry about it flying over my bowl. I just want it to stay in the bowl. And now, no matter how massive my movements are, it's not gonna get out of the bowl. This is a perfect life. And this is the most important meal in my day. And the reason for this is I have to train after this. So I need to make sure that I have the most energy when I have to go to the gym. So my whole meal plan, if you could say it like that. I don't have a meal plan. I just eat whatever I want. I just stick to my macros. But if you look at the way I eat, it is very specific to this moment, because I want to make sure that when I need to train, it's where I have the most energy. And I'm going to talk about this a little bit more during this video, why I eat the way I do. But in order to get this energy that I need to make sure that, one thing, I'm not hungry. The second is I need some carbs. I need something that's going to give me the energy for my muscles, that's going to give it the ability to push myself in the gym. This is going to be a perfect mix. I'm going to get a good amount of protein in here. I'm going to get some good amount of carbs. I'm going to get some minerals, some vitamins. It's really good. The reason why I personally eat a lot of carbs is because the carbs is going to be really important for my session. It's what's going to give it's the most important macro when it comes to energy for the gym. If you are eating on a diet that's low carbs, that's fine. If it works for you, it's more than fine. But for me, it's not gonna work. I don't work well on low carb diets. I need the carbs to give me energy for my sessions. This meal, I want a lot of protein because I've been sleeping for 8 hours, so I haven't had any for 8 hours. So I want my first meal to be packed with protein to make sure that it's going to be easier for me during the day, because I don't really need it because I have to train. I just need the carbs and everything else. But it's good for me to have the protein now, because in order to get my protein goal towards the end of the day, it's just gonna make it a lot easier when I start out having protein, because otherwise I'm gonna have to eat meals with even more packed protein, if that makes sense. It's going to be epic, it's going to be legendary. This is going to make me feel satiated for my session, because that's really, really important, that you're not gonna feel hungry when you train, because what is hunger gonna do? It's gonna make you not able to push yourself. This is going to be my pre-workout, a double espresso. And then some creatine. I take it in the morning because it's easier to remember. Get a little bit of water, try to drink around 1 liter. I'm already drinking half of this, and this is my morning ritual. Every single day I eat a good amount of food before my training. My rest days looks a little bit different, but today's training day, so this is how it looks. Let's eat this, it's gonna be a big one, and then let's hit the gym, and then I'll talk about what I eat while I am training. Let's get to it.
Let me set the record straight for a minute. Hate, I get it, say it with them. I don't give a I'm cool with it, playin', peep the fans with them. Yeah, they gon' remember mine. Yeah, you are not it already. He an outlaw, getting off when he calls envy. Hit the peanut gallery, they all jelly. Yeah, they gon' remember mine. Yeah, we let them say what they gon' say about us. That ain't nothing, I ain't bothered, not a problem. Haters hate, another day in dollar. Keep your money, rather have you pay the homage. Delay the profit, we go freeway on it. Yeah, don't ruin nothing, copper. If you need reminded, holla at your Siri, ask who I'm. You can find them on the app. Yeah, they call me Peaky Blinders. You bet your...
What's up, legend? I am about halfway done with my session now, and when I get to this point, I start to eat some rice cakes, just because for some reason I always get a little bit hungry at this point. So I sit down, eat some rice cakes just to get a little bit of energy. You know, that feeling we talked about, we don't want to be feeling hungry when training. So, and if I feel like my energy is completely dead, that's where I take my second, espresso. But today I actually feel kind of good, so I find no need for an extra espresso shot. And this is the main reason why I don't use pre-workout with high amounts of caffeine, because then I just don't like to get above a certain amount. Like 200 milligrams for me a day is fine. And if I can get that before 12 o'clock, that's perfect, because then a lot of people don't know that caffeine has a half-life of 6 hours, which means 6 hours after you've, been drinking something with caffeine, it's going to be half of it after 6 hours. So let's say I drink a pre-workout shot and it has 200 milligrams. That means after 6 hours, 100 milligrams is still in my system. And for me, that's something, I'm very sensitive to this. But if you're not, then, obviously, look for your health, be careful, be aware. But I think the recommended amount is between 300 and 400, which I think personally is very high. But I think honestly, figure out what works best for you. For me, anything below 200 is perfect. But this is the moment where I start to eat a little bit because I get hungry. And then I finish my session, do like about 30 minutes of cardio. And I'll talk about that when I get there, because that's one of the main reasons why I can eat the amount of food that I eat without gaining too much weight, is because of my cardio level. So let's talk about that after I've done my sessions. Session, not sessions. I'm only doing one today.
You bet your bottom dollar I'm a classic. 64 Impala, me I bend the plug. Plead the fifth when the name it get brought up. Real legend never die. Still with the business, you should cry, let it lie. Side 4 and 9, that's Korea suicide. Tell them one time, forever in my prime. They remember my name. Yeah. They gon' remember my. Yeah. I've been making y'all believe they remember my name. We ain't not the same, no. Real since day one and I ain't gon' change. So remember my name. I was born of the fire, sworn to a higher code. Get lighter up, lit bit out the entire goal. We gon' level up, corner office the entire flow. Put the beer there wheels, I ain't do anything on a lighter note. Yeah.
I love the sound the chair makes when I sit down. Oh, what an absolutely amazing workout I just had. This is one of my favorite meals, but before I talk about this and the session, I want to talk about what my girlfriend has been making while I haven't been home. She's been making these flags. In Denmark, it's real. We love the Danish flag. And I think we have the oldest flag in the world. But my girlfriend, she makes her own sort of flags, and they're so freaking pretty. They're so cool. This is my favorite one. But she's been making them herself. And there's like small pearls. Obviously they aren't real pearls, we don't have that much money, but they look really pretty. It's awesome, it's so cool. But the workout was very successful today. I was actually pretty strong. I actually made PRs in almost every single movement, so that is in my book an amazing workout. You don't have to get stronger every single time, and as you get more advanced, you will experience less and less constant growth. It is the law of diminishing returns, which basically means as you get more advanced, as you get stronger, it's going to be more and more difficult to progress. This is one of my favorite meals, and it doesn't look like anything special, but now let's go back and see how I made it. It's just a tortilla with some, you can make it homemade. I didn't do this, I just bought a guacamole, but if you make it homemade, it's gonna taste even 10 times better. But it's just a bought guacamole, some chicken that I prepared myself, and then with some amazing seasoning, and then some, I was gonna say butter, no, some cheese at the top, some mozzarella cheese, and it is freaking epic. And then I put it in the oven for about 5 minutes, 180 degrees Celsius, and it's just, this is one of my staples. As I also mentioned while I was training, is I did 30 minutes of cardio. And the reason why I do cardio after every single session is because the more calories I burn, the higher my caloric expenditure is, the more food I can eat. And when we want to build muscle, we want as much energy in the system as possible, as much as possible. So by doing cardio, I'm able to eat more food that's gonna fill me up and give me that energy. So on my training days, I go and do cardio after my session. But let's say I have a rest day. What do I do then? I go for a walk. I put in some podcast, anything, music, and then I go for a walk to burn at least, to walk those 10K steps. Even today, let's see, how many steps have I ever walked today? I've walked 12,000 steps, and it's only 2:30 p.m. and I'm gonna go meet my dad after this meal, and after I've been working a little bit, I'm gonna meet my dad. I'm gonna go for an even longer walk. So I'm probably gonna be walking towards 25,000 steps today, which means, so this is going to be your best friend if you're either on a cut or if you want to eat around maintenance and make sure that you have enough energy. Because as long as you get stronger in the gym, you are able to build muscle, even if you're not on a crazy bulk. That's the thing that's so funny, is a lot of people have this idea that you gotta eat big to get big. You don't have to eat big to get big. All you have to do is eat enough to be strong enough, because it requires high intensity and progression. That is what is going to give you that muscle, especially as a natural lifter. But before I talk your ear off, I'm gonna eat this, and then I'm gonna meet with my dad, and then I'll show you what I'm gonna eat for the rest of the day, because we still have a lot of food to go, but I've been talking for ages. So let's get moving. Oh, I'm hungry. Let's get it. Oh, home sweet home. I mean, for you, it's been like, I don't know, a second, but for me, it's been hours. So I ended up going to my parents around 4:30, and I had to go for a walk with my father, right? I've been walking 19,000 steps today. Very productive, very productive. It ended up being my dad was too tired. My mom has had a stroke not long ago, so she is still in recovery. I ended up cooking everything. I went down and then I did some groceries. I bought some chicken, some potatoes, some, I don't know if you call these broccoli, but they're kind of like these long broccoli. I put them in oil. It was amazing. So I ended up cooking some chicken thighs and breast for my mom and my dad, and then we ended up eating together. Actually, my little sister came as well. It was awesome. But it ended up being absolutely amazing. Me cooking, it's been a while since I've been cooking for them all, which I am super grateful for, that I still have the opportunity to, because my mom is still alive. Thank God, I'm very happy about that. But you never know in this world, it's crazy. It ended up being a good meal, some high protein, some good amount of carbs, some good fats from the oil as well, some nice vegetables, being the broccoli, whatever it was, broccoli. And now I'm home, and the problem is I have not been eating enough food. I still have somewhat, maybe 1,000 something calories left to go if I want to be in my mark of the 3,500 to 4,000. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna sit here, work a little bit, because I have my clients. I need to make sure that everything is done and dusted. I don't want them to wake up tomorrow not having any answers from me. So I'm gonna take care of that real quick. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a massive bowl of oh yeah, I forgot to say, I was drinking a bunch of these. I drank one Faxi. It's a Danish sort of drink, and then I drank a Coca-Cola Zero, which I'm sure you've seen before. And I should probably have been drinking these with some calories in them, because then I would be able to hit my mark a little bit easier, but at the time I didn't think about it too much. This is a insanely good hack if you are on a cut, because it's going to allow you to have something sweet. Obviously it's not going to be sweet because there's no calories in it, but the feeling, you know, the cravings might be satisfied a little bit. But obviously don't live off these. Make sure to drink plenty of water. I try to aim for about 3 liters of water alone, and then about 1 liter or something of other liquids, being coffee, whatever as well. So this is what I try to go for. So I want to make sure I get about 4 liters of liquid a day with all the cardio and stuff I'm doing. But I'm not very hungry. I'm tired. It is now 10:30. I don't even know if you can see this. It's 10:30. It's so late. I'm normally in bed by now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work a little bit, as I said before, and then I'm gonna wait for my girlfriend to come home, and I'll make a massive meal with some oats and some fruits and stuff like that. Maybe a little protein shake as well, and then some popcorn. It's gonna be absolutely insane. So let's get to it. I'm gonna talk more about the meal when I get there. One shower later. You know, when you take a shower, it almost feels like you are a completely different person when you get back. I love it. The last meal of the day is ready, and it is going to be a good bowl of oats, some frozen blueberries, some milk, and some applesauce. That's what it's called. So it's this is epic. The only thing I need is cinnamon, and it would have been amazing. It would have been even better, some cinnamon powder on top, and a protein shake. the Captain America My Protein. It's pretty cool. And this is going to be my last meal. Then after this, I'm gonna be eating some popcorn. I haven't popped them yet, but I will be after this. So it's going to be a very filling meal. It's been a very challenging day, and this is also what I love about when you live the way I do, in terms of the way I track my food is I do if it fits your macro. So as I talked about before, I want to reach my protein goal, which is going to be around 200 grams. I've been eating a little bit ahead of that, 230 something today, which is fine. But my goal is to get at least 200 grams. I don't need this much. I probably would be needing about, I weigh about 185 pounds. So if I'd been eating anywhere from 150 to 200 to 180 grams, I would be more than fine. But I've always been the type of person who would rather want to eat a little bit too much than not enough, if that makes sense. Anywhere from, if you, let's say you want to find out how much protein you need, if you eat about 0.8 to 1.2 times your body weight in pounds, you'll be fine. In kilograms, it will be about 1.5 to 2.2 times your body weight, and you'll be fine if you're in that range. Does that make sense? If you're on a cut, you can prioritize a little bit more protein. If you're on a bulk, maintenance, whatever, you're gonna be fine eating in the lower region, right? So don't stress about it. Just make sure you get enough. Protein is very important in the sense that you need enough, because that's the building stones we're gonna require, but you don't need as much as we have recently thought. The literature has changed a lot about this. A lot of studies has been focused on how much you really need, and you don't need as much as we've previously thought. What is going to be way more important is carbs and calories and fats. It's very important that you're gonna have enough energy to be able to train hard at the gym, and that's what today has been about for me. And that is what I love about, you know, what I eat in a day, is recording these, because every single day is going to be a little bit different when you do what I do, if it fits your macros. If I had a meal plan, it would be a little bit easier, but it would also be more restrictive. Eating the way I do allows me to spend time with my family, and my mom is Italian. So if I come to my mom's apartment and say, listen, I don't want to eat that, then she's going to kill me. So this is going to be good, you know, for my life. If you want to plan, then stick to a plan. If you want to eat the way I do, eat the way I do. Find out what works the best for you, but make sure whatever your goal is, when you want to build muscle, you need enough energy. You need enough protein. You need to progress in the gym. Very, very important if you want to see progress. One last point before I end the video is, you know, now I'm eating a very big meal before bed. Some people can't do that and fall asleep, so it's very important you listen to your body. I love sleeping on a very full stomach. So for me, this is perfect, but for some people, it ain't gonna happen. If you have any questions about anything I've been talking about today, feel free to let me know. I know I've been vague about some things, and I could go into way more depth. But please let me know, because I'd love to talk about it, either a Q&A or make a specific video about the topic. I would love to. Please let me know. And then all I'm gonna say now is thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I really appreciate it. And like, subscribe if you want to see more of this stuff. Now I'm gonna eat this meal, and I'm gonna go to bed with a full belly. Let's get going. Oh, stay legendary. Stay legendary.